Goody. Oh gosh. Anyway, let's get the mouse off the screen. That would be a good start, wouldn't it? And let's get back on with whatever the hell it was we were doing. I have to confess, I have completely forgotten what it was we were doing because I haven't played this game in about 2.5 weeks. This is going to be the disadvantage of this new system, but I like this new system too much. Speaking of new things, I fixed the horrible problem with the light reflecting off the... My gun is too big. There's a statement a man has never said before. I fixed the problem with the light reflecting off the mirror with a tapestry. A tapestry. You get where I'm going with this. Anyway, it's time to get on with the game. There is some more of dirt water to explore, I think. Is there? Oh yes, I do remember we got a postcard, didn't we? Can I send the postcard somehow? Could I send that to somebody and engage in some form of a thing? I'd like to send a postcard. Alrighty, let's have it. You write a quick note to Rufus, letting him know that what you've been up to and that you're okay. I sincerely hope that Rufus was the name of my brother and not the name of my parrot. But never mind. That'll be... Oh, it's one of them pre-paid ones. That'll be 0 meat then. Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much. I don't know if whether I come back later I can get some sort of reply. That would be fun on a Christmas bun. But it's not quite Christmas yet. It's closer to Halloween. Anyway. I've still got no plans for that. Let us go and explore the Stearns Ranch, which is where Susie wanted us to go, I think is her name. In the middle of the desert, you find an abandoned minecart. It's sitting in a section of minecart tracks about 12 feet long, which starts nowhere in particular and ends even less of a somewhere in particular. I like that. It's mostly full of plain old rocks, and not even interesting looking ones. Honestly, those disgraceful rocks, not going around dressing themselves up to look all interesting. However, if you left without searching it thoroughly, you'd end up driving yourself crazy later with the thought that you might have missed something valuable, and so you spend a good half an hour inspecting the rocks and eventually find an unrefined meat nugget which is only worth about 20 meat. That's not a productive use of my time. Okie dokie, well this place looks like it's going to be a heaven when it comes to finding needles. Absolutely marvellous. So, you wanted to explore here, didn't you? Another ranch burned by the friggin' cows. Damn, that steams me something fierce. I thought we were talking about fences for some bizarre reason. I suppose we should check for survivors. Yes, indeed. Would help if I didn't get stuck on pieces of wood, wouldn't it? What have we got here? It's a button cactus. Oh, that's better than what I thought it was, which is a bunch of cannonballs. Oh, dear. Jethro, devoted father. Gwendolyn, devoted mother, and Mary, who, possibly was one of their children. It looks like Jethro's bones were dug up by some varmint. Search them to find a charred locket. What is that? Charred locket. You could call it a lucket on account of how lucky it was to escape the fire. Examine it. The lock on the locket reminds you of why they call it a lock-it. Let's pick up with a needle and you hit a picture of Mary. Was that the daughter? Faded picture of a little girl named Mary is written on the back. Mary, Thanksgiving, 1894. How long was that before they died? That was the year before. Or, as you approach the grave marker, the hair on the back of your neck begins to stand up and you hear a voice whispering in your ear. Give it to me. Give it to me. Picture, I presume? The air grows colder. The picture of me. I can see it. You have it. You shouldn't look at it. Nobody should look at it. I guess you must be Mary. Why don't you want anyone to look at it? The whispering grows quieter. Anger seeps in around the edges of the voice. Because they'll know. Now give it to me. Okay. You're more than welcome to have it. You hold the photograph out towards the grave marker and it disintegrates in your hand. The air returns to normal and you hope Mary has found some peace. Oh. Okay. That was, a bit dark. Idiot. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's anything else around here. What? This flower is smoking. Pick it. A smoking chrysanthemum, which is not an easy word to say for a person such as myself. This flower apparently still has a lot of smouldering to do. It goes in your lapel and gives you 2 spell damage. I don't think I'm really doing spells at the moment. I'm mostly doing pistols. I don't know whether that's maybe one of the other character classes that uses the the spells more? I don't know. What have we got here? A little box. Oh no, it requires the lockbox. A lockbox, true to its name, it's locked. Well, it wasn't called an unlocked box, was it? Can I give myself that tool? Doesn't seem like it. I can got the Deadeye, the Hornswoggling, and the Dickerin ability, but I don't have a lock-picking ability, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I sincerely hope that doesn't just ban me from doing that. That's just a skill I can get later. There's some beans in the pot. Got some blackened beans. Can I eat those? Yes, indeed I actually can. This is a plate of beans that were left in the fire for weeks. They're still edible, and you could probably also use them as stove fuel in a pinch. And as a university student, I have historically low standards when it comes to eating stuff. But still, all of the books on the shelf are burned, and you notice something is strange about the back of the shelf. Investigate it. Your deft fingers find a hidden catch, and at the back of the panel, the shelf slides away to reveal a secret compartment containing a book, Mary Stern's diary. A little diary, browned a little around the edges, but otherwise untouched by the fire. The first page says, in little girl's handwriting, this is the diary of Mary Stearns. The AI in diary are crossed out and an IA are written above them. The diary starts out with typical kid stuff. You flip ahead until you notice the writing getting a little shakier. I found a dolly under a cactus out back, and she told me her name was Grace. Mama and Papa don't believe me that she talks. They say I've got a big imagination. Grace says that the cows are going to get us, but Papa says we'll be okay because this weren't never a cow ranch. Grace says he's wrong, but Papa won't believe me. Grace says she can keep the cows away, but I have to play tea party with her. Oh dear. Let's not even get into the political connotations of that. Let's just get into the murderous demonic connotations, because those are way better. I don't like this kind of tea party, but Grace says it's important to keep the cows away. Mama was sad that she couldn't find Effie? Papa says she's been gone too long, as they should put a cross up, but Mama won't let him do it because she thinks she'll still come back. Papa says she's only 11, how far could she have gone, and Mama started crying again. I don't want to play tea party anymore, but Grace says I has to. Papa was out 2 days looking for Joey, but of course he didn't find him. Mama cries so much. I tried to tell her him and Effie are helping keep the cows away, but she doesn't understand. Why do I get the distinct impression that playing tea party involves murdering and burying people in the back garden? I told Grace I'm not going to play tea party again, but she says I've got to, and if I don't, the cows will eat all three of us. She said either I get Mama or Papa to play, or else I've got to play by myself. Yes, this involves some form of sacrifice, doesn't it? Oh dear, I really think it was a bad idea coming here. Nothing left. Damn those devils. Kind of redundant, but I don't see any bodies, just the graves out front. Hope whoever dug them got away. Oh, you mean dug them to put them in? I thought you meant dug them to get them out for a bizarre reason. Yeah, indeed. Oh, okay. Is there anything else here? A toy box containing a single object, a burnt and creepy porcelain doll, as opposed to all of those burnt dolls that aren't creepy. Like none of them, including the brand new ones. It's the work of a moment to fix the doll's voice box and pull the string. The doll's eyes roll back into its head and its mouth begins to move. Hi, I'm Grace. What's your name? I'm Sticky. I also have severe social problems, but that's not the point. Anyway, back to the guy. Hi, Sticky. You're nice. Would you like to play with me? Gosh, I get the distinct impression Susie may die from this, but anyway. Hooray! Mary used to play with me, but we didn't get to finish our tea party before she went away. Will you help me finish it? Surely. And it's interesting. There's like a battle going on in my brain right now between self-preservation and doing what I think the audience is going to find most entertaining. And right now, one of those is winning. Hooray! The game is almost over. Mary did such a good job. The doll's eyes roll back forward. Go downstairs and get my cup. Do you know the magic word to make the mean cow let you into his secret room? Gosh, there are so many connotations. No, I don't know what the magic word is. What's the magic word? The magic word is peanut butter. The doll goes silent. Got it. Peanut butter. I had peanut butter for breakfast this morning. You should hear. You realise that talking dolls haven't actually been invented yet. Oh, okay. So I guess I'm hallucinating. I guess that's what I get for eating those rotten beans. Righty-ho. Can I get in here? No, this requires the safe cracking skill. Kitty on, another skill I haven't got. Pile of loose boards and some food. Clove drops, plum pudding and soda crackers. Can I actually use any of those? Increase your speed by 1. Well, like how fast they move around the screen. That isn't going to be very useful to me. These crackers are made of a highly caffeinated cola instead of water. They sound revolting. Yes, they do. They sound absolutely awful. Also, when you said crackers, I thought you meant like firecrackers, not like cheese and crackers. They call this plum pudding because it's made of goat milk extracted from plump udders. Oh, just reading that with my stomach churn a tiny bit. Clove drops, little bits of sugar infused with clove. Why would you do this? I'd have to agree wholeheartedly, my friend. Okay, have you anything to say down here? What in the Sam Hill? What's this skull painted on the wall for? It's a little weird. Who would do a thing like that? And why? Oh, I don't know, modern art sculpture or something? There's a weird cow-shaped stain on the wall. Oh, that's good. It's not even a painting, it's just a stain. Is it a peanut butter stain by any chance? Oh, the altar room. I love the shadows. The shadows are beautifully dynamic. Atop this sinister-looking altar sits a goblin. No, a goblin does not sit atop the altar. That would be very impolite. A copper goblet filled with what appears to be blood. Destroy the goblet or take the goblet. Oh, I'm so tempted to destroy it. Like, really, really tempted to destroy it. I feel like that would definitely be the thing to do. Except I don't think you can save in this game and go back. You can just sort of go back to main menu and then it lets you continue the game. You can't like make save states and then go back. So I feel like decisions are going to be permanent. Extremely permanent. And I don't really want to die. But at the same time, as a chill run down my spine, you touch the goblet and you get the goblet of blood. Oh, spiffing. Tell me I can't drink that. This is a goblet of blood from a cursed altar in a spooky secret basement. It's probably safe and fine and good and doesn't imply that you're a lunatic for taking it. Oh, goodness. Anyway, in for a penny, in for a pound. Or a pounding, anyway, from the fist of this mad doll. Oh, goody. You have my tea, and now we can finish the tea party. Certainly. You carefully pour the blood from the goblet into Grace's mouth. She leaps out of the toy box, laughing maniacally, and climbs the ranch house's ruined chimney, and she turns towards you. I'll see you soon. She leaps to the ground behind the house and scampers off to the northwest. It's probably fine. Is that it? This box used to have a haunted doll in it, but since you fed us some children's blood, she got up and ran away. Ah, it does strike me I never considered whose blood that was. I assumed it was cow blood for some bizarre reason. Oh, hooray, it's a box. And I got a handful of nails and a lasso. Good, I can probably use those to punish myself for the horrible decision I just made. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Time was these would have had brads, but nowadays man does not live by brad alone. I assume that's a reference to something that I don't get. This rope is already tied into a lasso for your convenience, which is lucky because you have no idea how to tie a lasso. No, neither do I. This item can be used in combat and disables a target for 2 rounds. That's cool. This is an amazing poultice. I've never heard that word before. I assume it means band-aid. You can apply it to your wounds before you even get them. Increases your maximum HP by 25 for the rest of the day. Hit points determine how much damage you can take before you're knocked unconscious. Being knocked unconscious means you lose whatever fight you're in, as far as you know. Okay, that's a bizarre way of putting it. I think it's pretty certain. There's not really much of a how-to about it, but never mind. That does sound pretty good, because that would double the amount of health I've got currently, so yeah, I'm going to apply that. You put it on the part of your body you think is most likely to get stabbed later today. Just a guess, really. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hang on, I still have the goblet of blood. I still have this. Okay, that's still a thing I've got in my life. So where's the northwest then? That would be up here somewhere? That's where the doll went? Good for the doll. I'm going to go in the exact opposite direction and stay there. You find a wrecked bank stagecoach with a strong box in the back. It is too heavy to carry, but is too locked to open. But unfortunately, I still have the lockpicking. I kind of regret not getting that lockpicking bug from my mother now. As you dismount and approach the halls where the bandits are holed up, you hear a voice say, "What was that? Uh-oh. Looks like you're going to have to be sneaky if you want to avoid a full-on fracas. Sneaky is my middle name." Wait, really? Yes. Yes. Sticky Sneaky McThin, if you say so. Thank you. I'm glad we're all in agreement about this. That's marvellous. That is an excellent animation. Okay, can I sneak past this dog? Or not? From the sounds of it, you'd say this doghouse contains an angry dog. This doghouse. Oh. Hilarious. Weigh your options. You're not going to be able to get past it without alerting the gang inside the house. I don't really just want to shoot a dog. I don't really want to do that. I don't want to just shoot a dog. I also don't want to whack a piece of metal onto the desk and make a horrible noise. But let's come back to that. I feel like maybe we could come back to that later, and hopefully not shoot an animal in the face, because that seems a bit mean. You empty whatever the hell that means, an empty whiskey bottle sitting on top of a fence post about 60 paces away. Try to shoot it. With a crack shot, you shoot and crack the bottle. Nice shooting. Gaining 10 XP. Oh, fantastic. I should probably spend some of that, actually, shouldn't I? What should I spend it on? What can I spend it on? You have 44 XP. Do I want to increase my hornswaggling? You're a city slicker and a witty trickster. Or my dead eye? Yeah, which gives me extra bonuses to my my pistol damage. Or can I... Oh, I can increase these as well. Oh, okay. So my glamour gives me meat gains and item finding bonuses, and my liver capacity, and my gumption, maximum AP, how many potions I can drink, my speed. Oh, it determines who goes first in a combat. Ah. That makes more sense. What about my grit? Pain tolerance. Losing fights makes you angry, and your pain tolerance determines how angry you can get before you pass out. Oh, I see. Right, okay. And then I have these, which I don't know what they do, but I am going to increase this one and this one. How do I increase it? How do I make it go up? How do I spend points? I have no idea. I may have to resort to going back to the standard automatic distribution of XP if I can't figure out how you spend it. Just like the old saying goes, when life gives you cannons, make a cannonade. That is terrible. That is terrible. As are the number of bullet holes in this sign. But never mind, it is called Fort Cowardice, not Fort Amazingly Good at Stuff. You climb the watchtower and take a look around. It's a nice view, but it doesn't achieve anything. Anything to say? She's the bandit, alright. I'll keep an eye out while you check the buildings and all. Maybe something we can use. Yeah, alright. I think we need to get some saltpeter from somewhere. Something. I think. It's a good thing I'm not a filing cabinet, isn't it? It's a good thing we've already invented filing cabinets and we can investigate this one. This cabinet is mostly empty, but there are a handful of boring personnel records in the back of one drawer. Examine them. Yes, they are incredibly boring. No, really. I'd love some details. Fine, you read the first one. Patricia Smith, a secretary, pay grade C5, B, date of birth maybe? Deceased, missing days, accrued sick leaves. Satisfied? No, another. No, just like I've got some sort of crack addiction, but to read this, what? Now you're just looking at the same ones you've read before. What is wrong with you? I can't get enough. Yes, I have a serious problem with this. I think I need to leave. I think I need to be abstinent for a bit. This was once a reception desk, but now the most appropriate thing for it to receive would be a free trip to the dump. Yes, indeed. I think that's very fitting. It looks like there's still some good mess left. What do we have? Military grade whiskey, a couple of bottles of that, and hardtack. What's a hardtack? This cracker is definitely optimized for shelf life instead of taste. Increases your armor by 5 for the rest of the day. What is my armor? Can I see that? somewhere. Maybe on my character, do I have an armour? Armour of 1. Yeah, my armour's not very high at the minute, which uses the damage taken from melee attacks. Well, I might take that then, because that sounds quite useful. Eat it. Okay, when it said it gives you armour, I kind of assumed that I might go on my body. Because if it's really inside my body and I get shot, that's not really going to help. It's just going to stop the bullet halfway, and then I'm going to have a bullet lodged in me and get lead poisoning. If the bullet goes all the way through, at least I won't get lead poisoning. But never mind. Logic in the West clearly doesn't work. You gain the effect, heart attack. Marvellous. Special kind of government whiskey designed for soldiers on the battlefield. It's fortified with all sorts of vitamins and things. It can be used in the pinch to sterilise or at least make the victim feel better about a battle wound. Yes. Yes, indeed. Oh gosh, that reminds me of Spooky's House of Jump Scares. Let's not get into that story because that's very painful. This stove is beyond cleaning. This person's voice is beyond reading English words. It's a spice rack. Open it. Little green unlabeled jars. Hopefully this is the stuff the chef was looking for. The shaker of saltpeter. Excellent. This cupboard is bare. It's also not really a cupboard. No, it's clearly a shelving unit, but never mind. In general, this is a door. More specifically, it's the door to the General's office, even though, more specifically, it's the locked door to the General's office. Very funny. Oh gosh, but again, I still don't have the lockpick in. I'm still rubbish at this. I really need to get that. Can I put that chair up? No, I can't. Okay, that's a shame. Anything else around? Got a medical tent. I might have some medicines in here. This cot is soaked with blood. Based on the papers and anatomical diagrams scattered around the surface, you're guessing this desk belonged to Fort Cowardice's nurse. Look at the papers, look at the diagrams. Please tell me these are not diagrams of genitals. And a bunch of disgusting drawings of sliced open bodies. No, they're somehow even worse. Look at the papers. The papers are mostly just boring medical records, dental derogatories, whatever the hell those are, lamentations that antibiotics haven't been discovered yet, and that sort of thing. Hey wait, what's this? It looks like it might be something important. Some marching orders. This is a set of army marching orders from before all of the army's marching orders were march back east just as fast as your lily-livered little yellow-bellied feet can go, ye damnable cowards. Marvellous stuff. Oh, for crying out loud. Controlled substances. I want some controlled substances. I want some frickin' safe-cracking abilities as well. This shelf still has some unlooted medical supplies in them. Render them looted. Excellent phrasing. More whiskey. I can get incredibly drunk by the end of this. And an army field kit trauma unit. This kit contains materials for treating physical traumas. For the mental kind, you're better off sticking to the whiskey. Oh, goodness. You bolster your supplies of medical goods at the expense of the shelves. Okie dokie. Right, we've got a couple of other things here. A couple of other tents, please. I'm all good here. An unusually sized cannonball. What? Woof, it's heavy. A demi-culverin cannonball. This cannonball is made to fit a demi-culverin, a cannon with a bore diameter of 10 centimeters. No demi less, no demi more. I want to say Demi Moore was a celebrity from the mid-20th century, but I have no idea what she did. So I have no idea what that joke is. Anyway, this mishap definitely got somebody fired. Well, I guess something had to get fired, either the cannonball or the cannon operator. It was always going to be one and not the other. Right, okay, let's see what we've got in here. What? The sign has the Goblet Word toilet on it. I don't think I want to go inside. That sign said toilet in Goblin, which means it's pretty likely he's going to be using this tent as a toilet, and there's no way you are going in there. What goblins? Are there goblins in here? You hear sounds of several goblins snoring inside the tent. Go in guns blazing or leave them alone. I don't want to murder them. But can't I talk to them? Didn't I learn the goblin tongue? Isn't that why I know the goblin word for toilet of all the words to know in goblin? Why would you want to learn that one? Never mind. I don't want to just fight them, but I'm going to, because we haven't fought anyone yet, and I may be completely and utterly screwed at this point, and for that I can only apologise. Oh, my lasso is only a one-use thing? Oh, that's hardly fair. I don't have enough AP. Hold on, I have to upgrade my AP program to do that. That's not fair either. Oh, I am so doomed. Right, let's just shoot him and see what she does. Crack shot, shoots a token for 12 damage, and... What? Usable ones provide Susie will hastily construct some cover in front of you. That's very kind of her, but I think I'd rather you just shot someone, really. And there's a rifle. Excellent. Oh, good. They do basically no damage whatsoever. Good. We've got absolutely nothing to worry about. Let's just shoot some folks. This could take time. Quite a lot of time. Nice waistcoats, though. You have to admit, if nothing else, they've nice waistcoats. Let's just finish him off. And blast him. It seems like your guns do less damage over time. Could you stop shooting my friend, mate? I don't care if you're well-hatted and well-waistcoated. Stop picking on my friend. Marvellous. You heroically defeated the sleeping goblins who were guarding their beds. Great. Please tell me there's something worthwhile in here. An unlocked footlocker. I guess that makes it a footer. Or a foot opener. No, not a foot opener. That's dynamite that someone's left on the floor and hasn't told you about. Some smelling salts. Oh, marvellous. I referenced them in a video once. It's a good thing we finally found some. A bottle of foul-smelling ammonia crystal designed to disgust the person into being more awake. That is a better definition than I gave of smelling salts at the time. An incendiary bullet. This bullet is made of extra flammable gunpowder and seems to have someone giving a middle finger embossed on it, which is a hell of an image. And this item is used in combat and sets an enemy on fire. This requires lockpicking and... What? No, hang on. What was that? The lock on the footlocker has rusted away to almost nothing. Kick it open. More whiskey and a chemical bullet. In addition to lead, this bullet is made of a substance that is highly poisonous when it comes into contact with blood, can be used in combat. Oh, okay, that's cool. So I still need a lot of lockpicking skills, is what you're basically trying to tell me, because I can't get anywhere. Oh gosh. You heard a rustling round a tree and traced it to a small gulch nearby. Peeking over the edge, you see a goblin rustling around in a brush. Presumably it's a gulch goblin rustler. Always kind of assumed that referred to a different sort of rustling though. It looks up at you and makes some angry sounding goblin noises. I'm not going to surrender for crying. Oh, scam food of it. I wanted to hornswogglets. That would be amazing. I really should have upgraded that skill. Okay, never mind. Let's just kill them. Well, I suppose we can talk to goblins later and, you know. Or maybe you can't talk to goblins. Maybe the goblin skill is just for reading, not for speaking. I don't know. Giddy up. Right, come on. Just finish him off. Be done with this. Right. I am not developing an excellent reputation with the Goblin Fan Club. But never mind. A goblin sandwich. This is both a sandwich for goblins and a sandwich where the meat is goblins. Okay, I don't feel quite so bad about murdering them all now that I know they're cannibals and they do their business in a little tent. Oh dear. Never mind. Increases your moxie by 5 for the rest of the day, but increases your muscle and mysticality by 3. That's hardly acceptable. A goblin pistol. Goblin manufacture unusually involves randomly welding things together until they do approximately what you wanted them to do, and this pistol is no exception. A damage of 1 to 15. That sounds very varied. That standard deviation is too high for my taste. And 30 meat. I've got more than enough meat in the sandwich, mate. Oh goodness. Can I upgrade my... Oh, I can, because I didn't upgrade anything. I just don't know how the hell I upgrade anything. Oh, with a plus symbol. These are plus symbols, Phil. I don't know what I thought they were previously, like the signs of sort of hospitals or something. Never mind. Upgrade my pistol damage a bit. Yeah, let's upgrade that a little bit. And that still leaves me enough to increase. So I want to do my muscle on mysticality. Damage you do with spells, or damage you do with getting hit with stuff. I think we'll go for that one, because we haven't really encountered any spells yet, and I don't think spells are really for me. Right, never mind. Where was the saltpeter wanted? It was wanted in the, not the poker room, in the kitchen room. Yes, here we are in the kitchen room. I have some saltpeter. Do you have it? Yes, indeed. That's the stuff. Thanks. Okay, the next thing I need is a certain kind of hot pepper. It's called a murder pepper because it's really spicy. No, because it literally has a knife and kills people who ask dumb questions. If you go and area around town, you should be able to find one if you want to. That is marvellous. Are you feeling any better now that the music's playing a bit better? No? No, apparently not. Okay, fair enough then. How do I wander? Oh, maybe I'm pressing the wander button. Maybe that's how it works. You catch a whiff of something that makes your eyes water. You trace it to its source, a vividly coloured red shape hanging from a scraggly little plant. This must be the southeast western murder pepper that fellow in the Jewel Saloon was talking about. Grab it. Your fingers numb, immediately start throbbing as you pluck the pepper. You toss it into your rucksack before it can do any more damage. This is an incredibly spicy pepper that only grows in a narrow region of the west. And thankfully I can't eat it. I don't know, I'm alright with hot food, just not a huge amount of experience in it. There's another ranch out this way, the Butterfield Ranch, dairy farm mainly. Alright, we'll check it out. I forget anything. Poking around in dirt water, seeing if anyone needs any help. Thanks for the reminder. Yes. I've completely lost my train of thought. Never mind. I has the stuff he was after. Oh, a nice big one. That'll last a while. Good going. Okay, if you're still looking for stuff to do, I need someone to go check my mail. I ordered a new saute knife, and I haven't got time to go fetch it myself. Here's the key to my post office box. Alright. That allows me to see if there's been a new message from Rumpus or whatever his name was. Can I make this go away? That's better. Just gives a bit more screen real estate. Do I have any post? I'm sticking McThin. No, none at all. Oh gosh. You find PO Box 441, the one that belongs to the chef, and open the box. You pick it up and you get a saute knife. Excellent. Can I use this? No. No, I can't. Even though you're holding it, you're still pretty sure there's no such thing as a saute knife. Anyway, it's two things used as a weapon, so it's not even worth stealing. Back to the chef then. I think a saute knife is a real thing. I think I've heard Gordon Ramsay shout at people about sauteing things. Isn't when you saute something when you put it in a pan with a little bit of oil and cook it on a very high heat for a small amount of time? In which case that has nothing to do with a knife. Something suspicious is going on here. Never mind. Whatever the hell it is you wanted, I've got it. This will work a lot better than that hammer I was using. I dread to think what you were trying to cut with a hammer. Okay, I need one more favour from you, Kitty Aunt, but it's the most important yet. I used to have this recipe for a very secret jerk sauce, but my jerk friend Dave J stole it from me, and then he died and took the secret to his grave. Literally, he was buried with it. To dig up this dude's grave. He's dead, he won't mind. Fair enough. Fair enough. Where's he buried? In the Dave Yard. I don't remember anything on the Dave Yard. The hell is the Dave Yard? Is it just a place where everyone called Dave gets put? That would be fitting. That would be fitting. That would make sense. Okie dokie, right, let's go and dig up a few Daves. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Here lies Dave B, died with his boots on, but no pants. What was he doing? He must have been doing something which had, like, mud on the floor in the location, so he needed his boots on to keep his feet clean. But he also didn't need his trousers on. Doggy in the dirt? I don't freaking know. Let's just dig the thing up already. You dig up the grave, check the veracity of the epitaph. Sure enough, boots, but no trousers. Brown boots. Do I have any boots? No, I didn't. Excellent. I now have a pair of shoes. Aside from a light dusting of what looks like blue chalk, these boots are remarkably well preserved for spending so much time in grey. Given the fact that I don't know what year it is, maybe they've been there a while. Right. Are you okay? What? Does this just take me to the map? Yes, it does. Okay, I thought the ghost horse might have something to say, given that we are in a graveyard. Might spooky. Nervous? Hell, after what I seen, human skeletons are a walk in a damn park. Fair enough. Right. These remains look pretty restless. Let's send them to rest. Everyone in this game is so well hatted. I feel a bit left out. I feel just like I've got some sort of a loaf of bread on my head. But, never mind. Let's just shoot him a lot. And now he's got 1 point of health, and now I've got a bullet in my butt. Yep, raided my pistol and everything. Oh dear. Restless remains become more restless. Skeleton bone. You don't have a bone to pick, but you do have a bone. Marvellous. Here Lives Dave C. went down in a theatre. I'm trying to piece together a joke from that. And just like for the past year and a half on this channel, I've failed to put a joke together. Right, here lies Dave J. Rapapow. Yes. He wrote those screens they used to censor the violence in the 1960s Batman movie about a TV show decades before it even started. You dig up the grave and pry open the coffin. Instead of a corpse, it contains a garbage bag. Strange. I guess it was a bit of a trashy personality. You reach into the garbage bag and surprised to find that that joke went off even worse than you thought it was going to. To find that it's full of pudding. Not just pudding, it's pudding and motor oil. Who would do this? Well, given the other things I've stuck my hand into in this playthrough, it doesn't seem like this would be too difficult. Never mind, keep digging. You finally manage to reach all the way to the bottom of the bag and reach a sudden lump from the bottom. You unglob the wad, which is my favourite sentence of the week, and dry it off. Then wash your arm in a nearby ditch. This had better be worth it. Oh dear. Combine these ingredients in a small pot and stir to make the secret sauce recipe. Good for me, I shall be additionally saucy from now on. Right, let's deal with these kiddos as well. And by kiddos I mean person. Let's just shoot him. I feel like there's a lot more complexity to the width. Oh, I see, he didn't hit me with the board, he just walked up to me and just raised his arm so that the wafts of something would kill me. But it didn't work. Ah, that's what I get for having my sweet smelling flowers. Do I actually still have those on board? Yes, I do. Excellent. No whiffy skeletal armpits shall be my bane. None at all. Here lives Dave L. Died of a heart attack. See you in minus 36 years. Nope, can't figure out what that's a reference to either. Maybe Back to the Future? I haven't got a clue. Looks like the gravedigger left his lunch. Oh boy, free lunch! And they said there was no such thing. Oh, a joke I finally get because I'd study economics. A thermos of spiked coffee. Again, what is it with this game going from ridiculous and absurd to a bit dark all of a sudden? When you work deep underground, it's hard to keep track of whether it's an appropriate time to drink whiskey or the appropriate time to drink coffee. Eventually you just stop trying and just mix the two together. Oh dear. Oh gosh, more of these Vienna blood sausages that I resisted the urge to buy earlier. Here lives Dave G. He was looking to the sky to save him, but even this guy can't save a fella from like 40 angry bears. If someone hasn't made an animation of that, then this world has just failed. I really want an animation of a stick figure crying up to the skies, 40 bears eat him. Never mind, not like that, grow up. These bears are jumping around to the beat of the dickens. Beat the dickens out of them. Nice hat, it really does look like a loaf of bread, from a different angle this time. I like it. What else have I got? Deploy snake. Just yes. I want a snake. I want to get my snake out. My snake is useless. We already knew this fact, but I just thought I'd restate it for posterity. Right. Spooky damage. Okay, never mind. What's this? A snake whip. I'm going to whip you with my snake. Of course I can. Let's... Oh, that isn't going to do quite enough damage. Should I use these? Won't end your turn. Or they do the same amount of damage. Or they set them on fire. It might have like a status effect afterwards. What about that? Will that do more damage than that does less? Oh wait, what am I blathering on about? Susie will deal with it afterwards. No, the snake will actually do it. Excellent. My snake got someone killed. There's a sentence I admit I haven't said before. You check the bones for Dickens, but no, you've beaten all of them out. Excellent, I now have a golden tooth. This was in the ground for a very long time, then in somebody's mouth for a very short time, and now it's in your backpack. This has been the short autobiography of a lot of gold. Right, what do we have in here? The Daveyard Mausoleum. This seems a bit important. We might come back to this in a minute. Let me just check, see if there's anything else around here of importance. Here lives Dave D. The truth is out here, and it killed him. Here lives Dave G. Murdered by a different fella by a name of Dave G. That must have gotten confusing. It's a pile of bones that isn't moving around for a change. It's mostly old, boring, broken bones, but you do find a skull with a weird tag on it. We've got an item, a skull with an odd tag on it. Can I examine that at all? This skull has a little paper tag tied to it, which reads Intercemetery Loan on one side and some notes on the other. The tag on the skull has a serial number and says it was borrowed from the Submission Catacombs on the February 19th, 1886. Wow, this has been really, really late. The back of the tag has the Catacombs address on it, which allows you to discover a new map location. Marvellous! Right, let's have a look around here. So sport bones. Pot. Nothing of any importance. This is one of those big marble things that have in most leaves, you know, with all the big marble things with drawers full of skeletons. Open one or open a bunch of them. Is this actually going to achieve anything or not? I'm just going to shoot you, and I'm doing even less damage than before. I do want to see this though. That is marvellous. I love that. And I can shoot through it as well, which is very convenient. Excellent. I didn't realise Susie was quite so good at building stuff. Excellent. You did it. You dragged a skeleton out of the drawer and then beat it up and put it back in. What a productive afternoon. You can sell these to a dental student. Hooray. Okay, right. Let's have a look around here and see what else we've got in here as probably our last thing today. Some kind of ritual circle drawn on the ground in red chalk. It's a big stone sarcophagus. There's a pile of mostly burned rags that maybe used to be a person. Maybe. I mean, you're the expert in murdering people, you tell me. You dig through the rags and find a few things that were worth keeping. There is a gore-splattered scroll. The scroll is almost too covered in blood and viscera to read. Luckily for you, you've gotten all that practice from reading inside of a dog. Again, I don't get it, but never mind. This is human ashes from the final stage of that whole ashes to ashes thing. Well, part of one at least. A human gets harder to keep track of when they're in powdered form. That's very true. There's some sort of receipt. A receipt for the delivery of 150 black silk robes. Sounds pretty ominous. Goodness. Goodness. Examine it. Yes, can I get any more information? It's time we started gathering clues about the whole perambulating... I'm going to have to look that up. Situations going on around these parts. You grab a notebook and paperclip the receipt to the first page. I should check that out. Necromancer Journal. When did I get this? This is a collection of clues you've acquired in your search for the Necromancer's home base. Oh, this is the blank book in which I am putting stuff in. It is not a filled book of which I have found. Sorry, I'm finding it difficult to keep up at the minute. Found the receipt for the delivery of robes. Looking at it more closely, you see there's a subcharge for delivery past the Bowl Pass. This means the Necromancer's there is definitely west of the mountains. Good to know. Progress. That's everything you've got so far. Okay, what about this other stuff? Can I put that in my journal? Can I put some ash in my journal? It's the cremated earthly remains of a person. Someday they refer to these as cremains, but you will not approve. Nor you will get the joke, but never mind. Let's scatter them. You find a pleasant looking vista and toss the ashes into the air. That's probably what the person would have wanted, you guess. But if they were a nasty person, we shouldn't have done that. Never mind. Let's read the weird scroll. You scrape the largest of the giblets off the scroll and read it. It says to take a pile of human ashes and spread them out in the shape of a person inside a red chalk circle. Oh, blast! Then sprinkle them with stardust and place a mostly perfect or better glass sphere where the heart would be. Anyway, that's the gist of it. The actual text is a lot more of these and those and such as that. Plus there's a bunch of weird gibberish you're supposed to say out loud at the end. Oh, marvellous. And now I've just tossed the ashes off into a vista and I'm never going to get those back. And now I won't be able to perform the ritual and now everyone's going to hate me. Champion. Never mind. I think, though, that will do for today, I think. We'll be going a little while. Did we achieve anything? We met a creepy doll that ran off into the distance, and I can't remember which way she ran now. That's potentially going to kill me. And now I've screwed up a ritual that's potentially going to kill me. And I've discovered a bunch of necromancers who are potentially going to kill me. And next week, we are going to, after we defeat this coal snake, they keep to themselves mostly, but they don't enjoy a fight when one is thrust upon one. Thrust one upon thee. Can I hit a snake with a snake? Yes, I can. I'm going to whip a snake with a snake. That's a hell of an image. And now I'm going to shoot a snake with a snake. I mean, it doesn't do that much damage. Build something instead, I think. Do something with your life. Contribute to GDP. Is this going to work? Okay, well, it kind of worked. I'm just going to wallop you with this again. I still don't know why I'm using a crowbar. But never mind, I've got some stuff. Good. Okay, next time, after meeting the necromancers that's going to kill me, the massive snake that's going to kill me, the goblins that are going to kill me, and the everything else that's going to kill me, including the creepy doll, we're going to deal with this dog. Probably. Hopefully. I'm guessing. Anyway, that's enough of that. Oh, goodness. It has just struck me that I haven't stopped talking for the past 56 minutes and 12 seconds. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. As ever, any feedback, please do let me know. Any advice, that's probably a better thing to do. Advice. If you've got any advice on how to not screw things up, please do let me know. And I shall take it on board before the next episode. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and